I've always believed that stories don't just happen, they choose you. But that summer was different. I was holed up in my beach house, deep in the rhythm of a new draft. My protagonist was a vision, Swedish, electric blue eyes, a style that felt like a whisper of summer wind. I was crafting her in real time, sculpting her personality in the dark. But I wasn't alone. On the railing outside my window, 2 seagulls sat, day after day. They weren't scavengers, they were witnesses. One Tuesday, the air turned heavy, static charged. A pulse of violet light broke across the horizon, and those birds, they didn't flap their wings. They just stared, their heads tilted, waiting for me to finish the sentence. I typed her name, Aphrodite. The moment the ink hit the digital page, my front doorbell shattered the silence. I opened it to see my cousin, and behind her, the woman I had just finished creating. The birds on the railing let out a single sharp cry. I knew then, the story had escaped the page. If you ever feel like the universe is glitching, pay attention to the details. Aphrodite wasn't just a physical copy of my words, she was a perfect living mirror. Every quirk I'd written, every secret fear I'd imagined for her, she carried with her. We spent the next 24 hours in a blurred, cinematic haze. We went to this party, the kind where the elite hide, away from the prying eyes of the city. As we moved through the crowd, I felt like a puppeteer who had lost control of his strings. And those seagulls, they were there. Every time I looked up, they were perched on the roof, on the statues, on the perimeter. I pulled out my phone to capture the moment. But through the lens, everything was different. The sky wasn't just night, it was bathed in that same impossible violet light from the beach. I realized then that I wasn't writing a character. I was constructing a trap, and I was the one walking right into it. The night peaked with fireworks that turned the sky into a kaleidoscope of fire and smoke. I stood next to her, the rhythm of the party fading into a low hum. I looked at Aphrodite, and for a second, I saw it, a flicker of binary code, a pulse of static behind her eyes. She was a work of art, a masterpiece of my own neurosis. I knew the story had to end somewhere. Everything does. I leaned in, and as our lips touched, I didn't feel a normal spark. I felt the ending of a book. I felt the weight of every word I'd ever written dissolving into the atmosphere. I looked over her shoulder, searching for the birds one last time. They took flight, heading toward the horizon, leaving me alone in the dark. Was she real? Was I? Honestly, I think we were both just ghosts in the machine. And the story? It finished the moment I stopped writing. Or maybe it's just waiting for me to start the next one.